Hari Om, Bhagavad Gita, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, chapter 18, verse 48. Bhagwan Krishna in the last verse said, better is one's own dharma or duty, even if he does not perform well in that, than the duty of another well performed. By doing others' duty, one will incur sin. The reason is that you do your duty. You don't try to do others' duty. By doing others' duty, you will incur sin. That is what Bhagwan Krishna said in the last verse. Now, verse 48. Sagajam karma kaundeya sadosham sarvaramba doshena dhumena agnirivavruta. Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, before explaining this verse, Adi Shankara gives an example. That example we have seen yesterday. That is, it is like a worm which is born to a poisonous worm. The worm is not affected by that poison. But the same poison, it will kill others. Similarly, when one does karma according to his own nature, he will not incur any fault. Even though your dharma, even if it is ill performed, that will not destroy you. But if you do others' dharma, it will surely destroy you. By doing exactly what is in keeping with your disposition, your own nature, you quickly grow out of ragadveshas. Therefore, change of duty is unnecessary. It may be necessary if you want money or power, but it is not necessary to grow emotionally or spiritually. Internal growth, it is not necessary. Karma yoga, that is doing one's own duty with proper attitude, that is all required. Seeing one's dharma as something that is to be done and looking upon dharma as Ishvara, a person will gain sure success. Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, giving up karma is not an option, either for the enlightened or for the ignorant. You may be a jnani, you may be an ignorant fellow. You cannot give up the karma. It is not an option. It is not possible for an ignorant to give up karma, because we are going on doing karmas, one after the other. Jnani won't give up karma physically, but by knowledge. Jnani will give up karma by giving up the notion of agency. That is, I am the doer. That feeling, that thinking, that he will remove by knowledge. Even a jnani, suppose if he becomes a sannyasi, he has to go for bhiksha. That is, beg for alms. Daily he cannot cook. A sannyasi cannot do any work. Any duty is not enjoined for sannyasi. But still he has to maintain his sharira, that is body. So he will go for alms, which is a karma. Nobody can physically give up karmas. There is no possibility of totally giving up karma by anyone. Because jnani also goes. He is going for bhiksha. That is also a karma. Ignorant is always doing a karma. So no one can give up karma. Hence, it is better to continue to do actions that are natural to your disposition. Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, the karma that is natural is the karma that one is born into. This is the same as swabhavajam karma. Any karma into which one is born, one should not give up. Why? Every karma is inherently defective. That is what Bhagwan says. Sagajam karma kaundeya sadosham abhinatya chet. Sadosham. Every karma is defective. Because why they are defective? All karmas are within the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. And these three gunas, even if you practice sattva guna, you earn punya, and then you are getting into the cycle of birth and deaths. So, whether you whether you practice sattva, whether you are under your karmas are sattva, rajas, or tamas, you are still within the cycle of birth and death. Everything in the world is within the three gunas, including all the karmas. Hence, all karmas are defective. Because by doing karma, you cannot get you cannot get moksha. Because you are still in the cycle of birth and death. Even then, a person should not give up karma. What is the dosha? What is the defect? That will be the question. Any karma is going to produce a result, either punya or papa. So, as I said earlier, our Hindu philosophy is based on cause and effect policy. This you cannot remove anywhere in the world. If there is a cause, there will be an effect. You cannot avoid that effect. So, if you do any karma, any action, that will not stop. There will be a result for that action. So, the result may be either punya or papa. Punya or papa is going to bind you. Whether you are bound by a gold chain or by an iron chain, that makes no difference. Karma will bind you. One cannot gain liberation by giving up karmas. It is only by giving up ignorance, that is, I am the doer, that you should give up, then one gets liberated. By doing karma or sudharma with proper attitude, one gains success. If one performs karma as a worship to Ishvara, looking upon Ishvara as dharma, whatever dharma is there, Bhagwan Krishna is dharma. That is n number of times I have said. If somebody says dharma is different, Krishna is different, dharma is different, Rama is different, then I can't say anything about it. Bhagwan Krishna is dharma. Dharma is Bhagwan Krishna. Looking upon Bhagwan Krishna as dharma, he gets free from the hold of raga dveshas by performing your work with proper attitude. Looking upon Ishvara as dharma, then you get rid of the hold of raga dveshas. Remember, the word is very important. That person is not free from raga dveshas. He is free from the hold of raga dveshas. Already we have discussed this. Hence, Bhagavan Krishna says, do not give up the karma that is enjoined upon you by birth. Even if it is inherently defective, do your work. One can give up the things that are not to be done, but not the things that are to be done. Why? Again the question comes. You cannot give up the things that are to be done, but you can give up the things that are not to be done. If you ask why, if you give up the things that are to be done, then in that place, you will be definitely doing something else. Because it has to fill up. The time needs to be filled up. That will be as defective as the things you gave up, or more than that. The fact remains that one cannot completely give up karmas. That is absolutely not possible. Gaining knowledge is not dependent upon doing your karma. Gaining knowledge depends on the means of knowledge, pramana. It has nothing to do with what you do or do not do. One may choose a lifestyle that will give more time to pursue knowledge. But Swami Dayananda Saraswati says it will be fruitless if he is not ready for it. In sannyasa, suppose somebody takes up sannyasa, the number of roles one plays in the life as a householder. You are working, you are the father of the your children, son to your father, your parents, brother. Then you go to office, you are an employee. Many roles you are playing. A householder plays. Those roles are not there for a sannyasi. But for a sannyasi, he cannot enjoy the social activities. And if you are not ready for sannyasa, but if you take up sannyasa, Swamiji says that will drive you crazy if you are not ready for sannyasa. Hence, the karma, according to your own nature, should be done with proper attitude. A householder can accomplish the same things that can be achieved by a sannyasi. Karma yoga is also not easy, but it is unavoidable. A sannyasi who takes to the lifestyle of a sannyasi, if he is not matured enough, prematurely he is taking up. He must have the attitude of karma yogi with reference to Sarira Yatra. Already said, even a sannyasi has to go for begging alms for maintaining his body. Hence, one should not give up karma into which one is born, even if it is defective. Why Sagajam karma should not be given up? All karmas are covered with defect. That we have seen. How? Bhagwan gives a wonderful example here. Sarvarambhagidoshena dhumena vradaha. Dhumena agni. See, the fire is always covered with smoke. Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, smoke is an apt example here because that smoke can be blown away. If you perform some yajna, when you buy a house or when some new baby is born, then we call the pandits, we do some yajna. It could be anything. When you do it, in the fire you put some milk, modak, fruits, etc. Whatever it is, you offer it to the god. That will cause heavy smoke and that will bring tears. Whoever is doing it, it will bring a lot of tears. But the smoke can be easily removed by blowing it away with a fan. It will go away and the fire will reappear. Similarly, by karma yoga, one can rid of the defect in karma that brings the tears. The results of karma will not affect because the person has developed proper attitude towards the results. That is glad acceptance of the results. Whatever results are given, it is given by Bhagavan Krishna. Prasada Buddhi. He has developed Prasada Buddhi. So whatever result comes, it will not affect him. He will not be under tears. Further, while choosing action, by going in tune with Dharma, he avoids conflicts. The choice of work is in keeping with the disposition. So whatever one does is in keeping with moral order. Whatever be the nature of work. It could be anything. It could be sweeping the floor. You may be a chief executive officer. Work does not matter. What one does is dictated by swabhava, that is disposition, or by sheer situation, which has nothing to do with the disposition. Swamiji gives the following example. Suppose one is interested in music, but suddenly somebody urgently is having a heart attack. He has to be taken to the hospital. Then there is no choice. What is to be done at that time is obvious. And it has no bearing on your disposition, on your music. What is to be done, one should not give up. The inherent defect in karma can be partially got rid of by karma yoga. It can be get rid of by karma yoga. Then karma can be totally given up by knowing that there is no karma at all in reality. This may be slightly difficult to understand. Karma can be totally given up by knowing that there is no karma at all in reality. The only way to completely eliminate the smoke is to extinguish the fire by removing the fuel. If you remove the fuel, then the smoke will not be there. If fire is not there, where is the smoke? The fuel here is ignorance, avidya. The ignorance is taken away by realizing that I am not the doer. You have to get to that level. I am not the doer. Once that is burnt in the fire of knowledge, that is, I am the doer. If that is burnt in the fire of knowledge, then its byproducts, karma and karma, are burnt. The fire of knowledge burns the karta, that is the agency. I am the doer, that is burnt. Then all the karmas are automatically burnt. Even the one who knows that he is not the doer, he also cannot give up karmas because he has already given up the karmas by knowledge. The knowledge is I am not the doer. The agency has been given up. The renunciation of all action is moksha. Swamiji quotes Adi Shankara here that since karma cannot be given up totally but by one who is ignorant, it is said that one should not give up the karma that is his duty. So in this verse, Bhagwan says, all karmas are defective. Nothing is away from defective. Whether it is a sattva, rajas or tamas, whether you are bound by gold chain or a silver chain or a iron chain, it does not matter. It binds you. But you should not give up the karmas. You should continue to do the karmas. What is to be given to attain moksha is the agency that I am the doer. That has to be given up. So it is like Bhagavan gave the example like for saying that every karma is covered with dosham. He gave the example of the fire covered with the smoke. That is what Bhagavan said in this verse. Again, verse 48.
Sagajam karma kaundeyam sadosham jet sarvarambagi doshena dhumena gnirivavritaha.
That is why one should not shift from your own duty to others' duty. Every duty is defective. That is what Bhagavan Krishna says in this verse. Next verse we'll see. Not next verse. Swami Dayananda Saraswati has given the Adi Shankara's Bhashya on this verse. Whatever is possible, that we will see, and we will then see the Swami Chinmayanandaji's explanation. After that, we will move into the next verse. Hari Om Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu.
Narayana 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 Narayana